I'm the storyteller, and my stories must be told.
Ever since the awesome 80s, I've been obsessed with a good scare. I'm talking pixels or popcorn. But with the arrival of the PlayStation, everything changed forever. In fact, the PS1 became the first console in history to sell over 100 million units, with the last one rolling off the production line in March 2005. That's a whole 11 years after its first launch. It's responsible for some of the best games ever. I'm talking Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo 2, Wipeout 2097, and the excellent Crash Bandicoot series. These were amazing times. Everybody felt like Sony were on the cusp of something revolutionary. Gaming was finally cool, and Clubland hits were all the rage. 199. Then, this happened, and I was blown away. The art of the possible was unfolding before my very eyes. I mean, wow. Just look at it. Even now, it's impressive. And I'd love to see something like this today on the PS5. I mean, this was around 1992-93, the original tech demo, and it just blew us all away. I mean, to see this back then, jeez. This tech demo was playing in a shop, I think it was WH Smith's or HMV, and it's the reason I went out and bought a PlayStation. The T-Rex was my first scare on the PlayStation, but not my last. Number 10, Nightmare Creatures 2. Best advice I can give. Run. Oh, and don't turn out the light. It's not that scary, but it did freak me out a little bit. This is spooky horror action with just the right amount of thrills and atmosphere. In fact, even now, today, it can be pretty spooky if you play it on your own. Remember, don't turn out the lights. Number 9, Quake 2. Now this is a tooth and nail fight, right to the bitter end. With all the fiendish horrors around, it's lucky there's a decent arsenal at your disposal. Nobody is your friend, and the game builds atmosphere brilliantly. It's nail-biting action from start to finish. This veteran shooter still has plenty to offer. Whereas the Resident Evil games can be terrifying, this focuses more on action. Weird and wicked. Number 8, Dino Crisis. There's a good, strong story and atmosphere. Can be a bit long-winded in places, but spraying blood everywhere has never been so much fun. And it's massively scary. I mean that. Very dark even for a horror game. The whole idea is that you're always seconds away from death. You'll experience joy, terror, and frustration along the way. Number 7, Alien Trilogy. This is a deeply scary space shoot-'em-up, with the emphasis on staying alive. Aliens vs. Trilogy brings its own style and swagger to the space blasting genre. It truly felt like you were in another world, and it's down to you to give the aliens a damn good stuffing. On the PlayStation, it truly is a hive of scum and villainy. Lock and load, my friends, lock and load. Number 6, Medal of Honor. First-person shooting and an immersive plot make a wicked, if graphically average, World War II killer, but still stylish, scary, and intelligent to boot. If you haven't played it, it's much better than you'd expect. And I've included it because it has an unsettling survival horror feel about it. It's also one of the best PlayStation games I've ever played. Number 5, Final Doom. Gun down the undead and make a beeline for the exit. Final Doom arrived on the PlayStation in all its glory. It was scary, violent, and packed with secrets. It was also another blood-soaked early 90s title that led to the US Congress considering game censorship. Talk about knee-deep in politics. Number 4, Alone in the Dark. The original survival horror franchise. Yes, that's correct, it came out long before Resident Evil. Players must lead Edward Carnby through a detailed and twisted nightmare. Equipped with only a flashlight and a pistol, Alone in the Dark is truly scary. There's some real suspense and a whole lot of adventure.
Oh my god.
It put the fright back in to survival horror. Number 3, Resident Evil. A generic haunted house story couldn't stop Capcom's classic from becoming the standard by which every horror game is set. Resident Evil 2 might be scarier, but this was the first that had me reaching for the light switch. You can't blame me. You had dogs jumping through windows, monsters in a wardrobe, and a dead zombie munching on my ankle. Number 2, Legacy of Kain. For the time, visually groundbreaking, with a clever and intuitive control system. Supremely playable, you'll come across ancient shrines, painfully complex puzzles, and dark magic. You must also suck up the defeated demonic souls, which help keep energy levels high. You're a bloodsucker, a vampire, and a ghost. Now that's a trinity. Back in the day, the vast amount of creatures you encountered gave this an eerie feel. Number 1, Silent Hill. The best survival horror ever on the PlayStation. Clearly created by a madman. Adult themes and unsettling sound effects. Try and stay out of the dark if you can. Everything looks sinister, and it gets weirder the deeper you go. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or ring that bell. Until next time,